I noticed he didn't attack with his knight that turn, which is definitely a mistake. We don't need to do this anymore. 10 is strong enough. Good game. Easy peasy. We were able to stabilize and then just pull counters. Hey, welcome back. Thanks for watching Hello Good Game. Today we're continuing along with our Magic the Gathering Arena budget videos for beginners, whatever you want to call it. And we're playing Budget Flash today. And surprisingly, this deck is almost fully built competitively with our restrictions of 6 rares and 1 mythic. Obviously, there's a couple really cool things that you could incorporate into the deck if you have them. Brazen Borrower, this is our mythic of the deck. If you have more Brazen Borrowers, by all means incorporate those into the deck. They are absolutely nasty. And then we're also sitting on Wildborn Preserver. This is one of our other rares. Flash Reach, whenever a non-human enters the battlefield under your control, you can pay X and then put that many 1/1 counters on him. So that's super powerful because obviously the Wolf counters, which is our other rare, Nightpack Ambusher, these tokens will trigger the Wildborn Preserver, which is great. And then Nightpack Ambusher is Flash as well. Other wolves and werewolves you control get +1/+1 at the beginning of your end step. If you didn't cast a spell this turn, create a 2/2 wolf token, which we see to our right here. So those are our rares. Honestly, that is the whole deck. So if you have, more Nightpack Ambushers and you have more Wildborn Preservers, put those in the deck just like you would the Brazen Borrower. We're sitting on a few other rares. We incorporated a breeding pool. We're trying to make these rares most applicable to the collection that you guys should be building moving forward, right? So you're going to want these breeding pools. There's only one. Obviously, you should probably already have that. If you don't have it, spend your rares on lands. They're going to make all of your decks so much more consistent. We also have a Temple of Mystery. This is great because Scry 1, and who doesn't want a counterspell when you need it? And for the sake of the budget deck, 3 Thornwood Falls. But if you have these other lands, put those in there, take the Thornwood Falls out. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. The rest of the deck, 4 Spectral Sailors, Flash Flying, you can pay 4 to draw a card. So this is a draw engine later on if you really need, and then it's just like that annoying little flyer. Mystical Dispute ×3. I put this in the 1 cost column because it does cost 2 less to cast if it targets another blue spell. So it kind of makes it pretty useful. We're not countering Okos anymore, but there is a lot of Azorius control out there. So it's kind of cool to counter those Thought Erasures, etc. for 1. We also have Brineborn Cutthroat. This is our first creature. Flash is a 2/1 for 2. Whenever you cast a spell during an opponent's turn, put a 1/1 counter on Brineborn Cutthroat. So any of our counters are going to power him up, etc. Hypnotic Spirit or Sprite. This has an instant tag to it, Mesmeric Glare. Counter target spell with converted mana cost 3 or less, which is pretty common. And then you can play him as a flyer. He's 2/1 and he costs 2, which is great. Wildborn Preserver, we already talked about this. We have 3 negates, counter non-creature spell. We have 3 quenches, counter target spell unless its controller pays 3. And then we have 4 growth spirals, just to ramp up a little bit. Draw a card, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. We also have the Brazen Borrower, which we talked about, and 4 Sinister Sabotages, counter target spell, surveil 1. And then my favorite card, Frilled Mystic. It has Flash, which is great, so it's a creature for 4. It's 3/2, so not so bad. And then when it enters the battlefield, you may counter target spell. Oh my god, that's absolutely broken. So the deck is really basic. There's not a lot to it, not a lot of ins and outs. Your 2 main cards, Wildborn Preserver, Nightpack Ambusher, Brineborn Cutthroat. The rest is on top of it, just a bonus, right? Spectral Sailor is just a draw engine. Frilled Mystic is just a counter, and then the rest is just counters, right? We get a little bit of extra value with the Hypnotic Spirit, playing 2/1 Fairy afterwards as well if we need. With that being said, if you enjoyed our deck tech and our deck breakdown, make sure to like this video. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down as well. And if you're really passionate about it, drop down into the comments. Let us know what you thought. Obviously, I'm trying to improve always. So any constructive criticism or love, appreciation, anything like that is super appreciated on my end. And a quick reminder to you guys that all of our subscribers are entered into win 500,000 gems. So once you subscribed and then watch the video to its entirety, you're going to go to my YouTube page, and then scroll right to the bottom. There's a playlist called Gem Giveaways, and you can watch a couple of those videos to familiarize yourself with all of that. We're quickly approaching our next giveaway, so make sure to get that subscribe in while you still can. And with that being said, enjoy today's footage, and we will see you all tomorrow. I'm going to make sure to edit this video as well. All right. Timu Jin, I hope you're team here. We're missing our secondary islands, but we do have our second. Well, we have 3 forests actually, which might not be great, but hopefully it gets us there. We're looking for islands. Still kind of waiting on it. We're just gonna let it slide. Giving him that draw, right? Oh, he's playing his Love-Struck Beast, and that's kind of a tank, so we're gonna need to counter that and get that off the field as quickly as we can, right? We do draw that island now, so sitting in a better position. Our Sinister Sabotage is open, but we're taking 4 damage every turn. We also have our Nightpack Ambusher available. We'll counter it. Why not? It's a pretty bomb card. Mystical Dispute can stay. At this point, we're just trying to live off counters. We have access to basically everything here. I'm thinking Frilled Mystic because then we can get a kill with it as well. We're gonna let him have it, if you can believe that. We'll let him go to attackers. And then at this point, we'll play our Nightpack Ambusher. And we're going to kill his Innkeeper. Just taking away that draw engine. Gaining a little bit of life here, which is great. And we're passing our turn. Creating that pup, which can now chump block for us a little bit. We also have Frilled Mystic up, which is going to help us even further protect our wolf here. counter his Murderous Rider. And that should be enough momentum to swing the game. It did take us a little bit to stabilize. We're down to 10. But no worries there. So we block him this time. Actually, we don't. We're going to use our Frilled Mystic. And then that's going to take a token off him. So he's down to 3. We keep the Wolf. Pull another Frilled Mystic, which is about the best luck that a Flash player could have. He's happy. He's like, okay, I dealt with the Frilled Mystic. I can go in and do my finisher now. He should attack first, but depending on his situation, maybe not, right? So we're going to play our Brineborn Cutthroat here. I think that's the play. We chump block with our Brineborn. And then... oh, he double pumps his Knight. Nice. So that's on us. We're going to get the Preserver out, which we can buff really quite nicely. No attacks end turn. We're in a little bit of a bad situation. We need to hold up 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can pay 2. Fine. Make sure the auto pay doesn't wreck your lands, right? I think we're in a better situation now, finally. Pumping his Knight, which is fine, doesn't really affect anything. We're gonna counter this secondary Oathsworn Knight for sure. We don't have any mana, unfortunately. But we do get the counter in. Now back to our turn. And, yeah. It's one of those situations, right? Pass. Opponent can go. We need 5 maximum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could keep the Cutthroat in our hand. Well, let's just put 1 on him for now. Keep both spells available. So Wildborn Preserver and Nightpack Ambusher, I think, are almost our only rares, I'm pretty sure. which is great. They work so well together. We also included some rare lands in the deck, as you've seen earlier, just because there aren't that many rares in the deck, so we still spread them out and resolve that. Kind of gets the knight for free. I don't have the mana. Like, he's got too much mana, so he'll easily be able to pay 3. And even here, he can still do it. Quite the situation he's in. He can only pump it once. Should survive. Playing our Cutthroat. Oh. Oh, I should have just pressed undo. Oops. We wanted to go to 3, not 2. So that's on us. Again, trying just to outlast our opponent a little bit. Kind of a long, drawn-out match. Mystical Dispute doesn't really do much, unless it's a huge card, which kind of sucks, so we may as well get our other Cutthroats out, and then just Mystical Dispute to power them up, right? Because it's very unlikely that we're going to get a counter off at this point. We'll trade. That's alright, right? Our Wildborn Preserver just gets bigger, and that's not the worst thing. We get another Brineborn Cutthroat out. That's not the worst thing either, so let's just chill. Lovestruck Beast. We need 3 to counter, unfortunately. Brineborn has to stay. But we do get the counter in. Whoa! Wait a minute. I misread that land somehow. LOL. Oops. We should have played our other Brineborn. For some reason that math didn't make sense to me. That's on me though. Declining there. And we're gonna chill here. We'll put 3 on him, why not? Take him at 9. It's pretty intimidating. He needs to deal with it. He needs more Swordsmasters. So once we get a little bit wider than him and can afford to block, we're going to start attacking with these wolves to get past his death touch. Alright, so let's see what we can do. Powering our Cutthroats up. He's definitely taking his time. That's one thing that aggro decks hate, slowing down. So if you can slow them down, it's a lot of fun sometimes. Just sitting on his priority. Maybe I'll look up some good jokes. We'll read some jokes while we're just sitting here together. Ooh, we're on blockers now. One little wolf can die, I suppose. We would have enough to kill it if we sacrifice another Cutthroat. But we're not gonna, we're just gonna block here. Continue on this horse and pony show. Land. Oh, a Sinister Sabotage. That's pretty cool, I'll admit. We're gonna pass our turn. Even if he pulls a Spin Swordsmaster at this point, we can counter it. We have 6. Let's just pay 1 here. All right, then we're keeping both of our spells open. (10-10) with reach. Who doesn't love that? So we know we've got the field on lock. We have 2 counter spells. It's just a matter of how long he has to sit at his computer for, right? Maybe his wife's yelling at him, "Jim, breakfast is ready." Something like this. Maybe his boss called. Who knows? Let's negate it. Just for the counters. We love counters. The thing about Knight of the Ebon Legion is he's always going to have death touch. You know what I mean? So we're having to sacrifice something to deal with him. I think we're getting to the point where we're ready, though. Because if we can get rid of the Knight, then we can start stacking wolves finally, and that's probably going to be the key to our victory. Right? We're just going to chill. No attacks needed. I noticed he didn't attack with his Knight that turn, which is definitely a mistake. We don't need to do this anymore. 10 is strong enough. Good game. Easy peasy. We were able to stabilize and then just pull counters, which is what the deck's all about. So we went a little longer than anticipated with that match, so that's going to be the only match we play today. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to help grow the channel. We really appreciate that. And then once you subscribe, go ahead to our YouTube homepage, if you call it, I guess. Scroll to the bottom, there's a playlist called Gem Giveaways, and you can watch a couple of those videos to familiarize yourself with our 500,000 gem giveaway. So that's pretty cool. All right, thanks again, and we will see you all tomorrow.